Hello, my name is Dami Yoshina, and today I'll be reading my favorite poem by Dylan Thomas titled Do Not Go Gentle Into Thy Good Night, and I'll be giving my personal experience on how I relate to that poem. Do not go gentle into thy good night. Old age should burn in rage at the close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked not lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way, do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men, near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. I relate to this poem on a level of extreme emotion. In 2018, the first month of 2018, January 7th, my cousin, whom I've known for my entire life, passed away. And it was shocking. I didn't expect it. I just got a phone call early in the morning and explaining that he had died the night before. And this poem reaches out to me because I begin to wonder if he was raging against the dying of the light, if he did not go gentle into that good night, or if he just calmly gave his spirit up. But this poem also talks about the different types of men. Dylan Thomas mentions wise men, good men, and wild men, and grave men. And I begin to wonder what type of man would he have grown up to be. He died at 16, so you don't really formulate your own personality on what type of man, in this case, you're going to be, or he was going to be. So I relate to this poem on a deep level. This poem was also in one of my favorite movies, Interstellar, 2014. That's when it came out, and it was read by a scientist on Earth when he was encouraging astronauts who are going into space to not be afraid of the unknown. So I really like that part too. I actually heard this poem first in Interstellar before I read it here. And it's interesting to see the parallel and how you can use it in different circumstances. And another thing I like about the poem is the aesthetic. My favorite part is when Dylan Thomas says, grave men near death who see with blinding sight. It's an oxymoron, blinding sight, but they're near death, so they see things that we can't see, things that we're blind to, and they can see. And then he goes on to say the second line, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. When he says blind eyes, he refers to people who are old, who are blinding, but they blaze like meteors. Meteors carry a lot of energy. They see things, like I said, that we don't see, and be gay. In this sense, be happy about it, because they realize that they've lived their life, and they understand the importance of life, and they can still be happy about it. But at the end of the day, they still rage against the dying of the light. They still fight for their last breath. And another thing I like about is how he describes wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight. I believe this Dylan Thomas means people who go out and have a great time and enjoy life to what it can offer, and they learn too late that they grieve it on its way. That at the end of the day, everyone's still going to die, and they do not go gentle to the good night. So he describes a numerous amount of people, and they all rage against the dying of the light, or they all do not go gentle into the good night. So it's a really beautiful poem talking about the end of life and how different people still experience the same thing. And that's how I relate to this poem, and this is why it's one of my favorite poems. Thank you.